your success is second to none. Green and brilliant are your hillsides, very blemish are hopes and pride. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be denied.
The Virgin Islands is responding to climate change. We invite you to partner with us.
We are working with community groups on the Virgin Islands First Coral Nursery to help restore coral reefs and to build resilience against coral bleaching. We are a proud part of the climate change response.
I helped pilot the geotextile sandbag beach restoration technique in the Virgin Islands. I'm a proud part of the climate change response.
We are working on introducing greenhouse technology to make the agricultural sector more sustainable. We are proud to be part of the climate change response.
I'm a member of the Rotary Club of Tortola, and we are planting mangroves in our community. We are a proud part of the climate change response.
We are working with communities, government, and lawmakers to legally protect critical natural sites. We are a proud part of the climate change response.
Thank you.
Our company has installed 276 solar panels, which provides the resort with over 80% of its energy. We're a proud part of the climate change response.
The impacts of climate change are real and are already being felt across the Virgin Islands. How we respond will determine our well-being and survival. Government is strategically working with the business sector and community groups on new, innovative ways to ensure our environment and communities are as resilient as possible. I invite you to learn more about how climate change is impacting the Virgin Islands, our ongoing response, and how you can partner with us as we rise to the greatest challenge of our time.
The climate in the Virgin Islands is changing, and the average person on the street can feel it. We are experiencing warmer days and nights and witnessing more extremes in our rainfall patterns. Between 2003 and 2010, we experienced several major flood events, an unprecedented frequency in our living memory.
Everything will be impacted, from our environment and health, to our physical infrastructure and housing, to food security, water and energy security, and our critical tourism economy. Some impacts are already very palpable. In 2005, close to 90% of the coral reefs were affected by a mass coral bleaching event that killed about 60% of live coral cover and took a major economic toll on the dive tourism sector. The threat of more mass bleaching events continuously looms. Beach erosion across the territory is also accelerating. On average, 35 to 70% of the sandy area on key tourism beaches would be lost under likely sea level rise projections. As it relates to health, dengue fever is on the rise due to climate change.
With support under the GCCA Regional Climate Change Project, we are currently implementing pilot physical adaptation projects to reduce flooding in communities and restore beaches. In addition to many on-the-ground initiatives, the Virgin Islands prides itself on a solid climate change governance mechanism. This includes a cross-cutting climate change committee responsible for policy advice and implementation, a climate change policy detailing concrete adaptation and mitigation actions across 12 impacted sectors, and the Climate Change Trust Fund, a sustainable financing mechanism to support implementation of adaptation and mitigation measures as guided by the climate change policy.
The Virgin Islands Climate Change Trust Fund was established by law in March 2015 and is the first of its kind in the Caribbean. The Trust Fund is governed by some key principles, including independence from government, blended funding sources with funding streams initially from a combination of local levies. We anticipate that international sources will further capitalize the fund as we negotiate access to the international carbon levies, as well as direct donations from countries and philanthropists.
fair and equitable access by government, the NGO community, the private sector, and academic institutions, as well as responsible resource management.
There are many opportunities for partnership in research, monitoring, education, adaptation, and mitigation. We are constantly seeking partners to work within novel ways to achieve an ambitious target of 20% of energy provided by renewables by 2020. The Virgin Islands climate change policy sets out a clear roadmap for adaptation, and we are only at the beginning of this journey. There are endless possibilities to partner to implement pilot adaptation projects. The Climate Change Trust Fund will soon be ready to accept contributions to help finance these critical actions.
The British Virgin Islands will continue to take bold new steps to safeguard the future of these precious islands, but we cannot do it alone. We join our hope with other small islands across the globe that an agreement can be forged in Paris that will keep global warming below 1.5 degrees Celsius, the safe limit to support life on small islands and the critical ecosystems like coral reefs that we depend on. We also join our voice in advocating for fair and adequate support to small islands, including the overseas countries and territories like the Virgin Islands. Through the formation of our Climate Change Committee, our Climate Change Policy, and now our Climate Change Trust Fund, we stand ready and fully capable to partner with the global community to effectively respond to climate change. Are you ready to partner with us?
For more information about climate change in the Virgin Islands, visit bvi.gov.bg/climate change or contact the Ministry of Natural Resources and Labor at 284-468-2147.